Welcome back to West New York Living. Now, a sign of the times that pretty much every day in our community, in our area, you'll see delivery trucks on the roads day and night. The convenience can unfortunately also come with some headaches, especially if you're unlucky enough to be in an accident with one of them. So what are your rights? That is the question, and that's why we brought Stephen Ciocca from Cellino Law in this morning to tell us more about it. Stephen, good to see you again.
Good to see you too, Kevin.
Folks might be surprised that there might be names on the delivery truck, but that might be owned by the company. There's one that begins with an A, and I have experience with this because they took out a mailbox. Right? So anyway, I'm a little familiar with this, but it doesn't mean they own the trucks.
No, in fact, in most situations, they don't own the trucks. So what we see around the community are vehicles with all types of different logos on them. Again, we see one in particular more than others probably. But what people don't understand is that they're not owned by the company. They are primarily owned by third parties, contractors who contract with the companies to do these deliveries. And that's a major problem for people.
Certainly. By the way, the delivery driver left me a note. So it was, but what are those issues that people face if they're involved in an accident? Let's talk vehicle to vehicle here with one of those delivery trucks.
Sure. So what you do is you get involved in an accident with a vehicle and you assume, well, that's the name, that's the company that owns the vehicle, so that's who I make my claim with. Whether it's an injury situation or your situation where they actually do some property damage. The problem is you try to contact that company and that company says, that has nothing to do with us. That is owned by a third party. They very seldom are cooperative with you trying to figure out who that third party is. You have to figure out the name of the third party, who the driver works for, because it may work for a third party, what type of insurances they have. You have all kinds of issues going on.
Let's talk about, in the unfortunate case that you're injured, who pays?
So if you get injured, believe it or not, your vehicle is going to pay your lost wages, your medical bills through your no-fault coverage. A lot of times we get calls and say, hey, I got involved in a collision with X company. They should be paying all this. They're not going to. They're through New York State no-fault, yours is going to pay. Now, if you do get injured by one of those vehicles, then it's not the name on the vehicle necessarily. It's going to be whoever owns the vehicle and the vehicle driver.
What if the driver gets hurt and you're involved in the accident? The delivery truck driver gets hurt and perhaps it's your fault, I guess. What happens there?
So if you are a delivery driver, and again, it's not necessarily just the major companies. It could be if you're delivering for a company that is going to be delivering you food or fast food or something else.
Yeah,
a gig economy driver.
Sure.
They get involved in a crash and they say, well, who's going to pay for my stuff? Well, the thing is those drivers are going to be protected by, if they're on the app, they're going to be protected by the insurance company for that company that they're working for through their no-fault benefits. And if you are at fault, let's say that you crash into one of these people who are doing one of these deliveries, then you would be, through your insurance, responsible for their bodily injury claim.
I was just thinking about package delivery. I was just thinking about all the food delivery services that we have now out there. And yeah, who knows, that regular looking car in front of you could be delivering.
And that's the thing, and that's the problem that we see all the time. It's like, all right, who pays? Who pays for this? Who pays for that? In addition, people who are operating for a major company who may take people, but now they're doing deliveries, and it gets totally confusing. The best advice I can give you, honestly, is we do this stuff every day. You should contact an attorney that can help you try to weed through all that and figure out who's responsible.
And just wait till the drones start delivering. All right, the personal injury attorneys, we're not far from that, unfortunately. No. Personal injury attorneys at Cellino Law, they represent injury victims throughout New York State. If you've been involved in any type of personal injury or auto accident, then Cellino Law can help. Their offices are located at 800 Delaware Avenue in Buffalo. For more information, give Cellino Law a call. Just dial 8. It's 888-888-8888. You can also visit their website at cellinolaw.com to learn more about all the different services that Cellino Law provides.